Hey, well, I guess my YouTube. What's up, everyone? It's your girl, Miss Sophia the Diva. To my people on YouTube, if this is your first time on my channel, please hit that subscribe button. And plus, you can just do it as a 43rd birthday gift to me because, yeah, everybody should be subscribed to my YouTube by now. It's Sophia the Diva is the handle. And if you're watching this on YouTube, of course, you can always just hit that subscribe button because I'm still trying to get to 1,000. I need to talk to some of my other social media friends who actually got to 1,000 like really quickly. I'm trying to figure out how y'all did that. So holla at a diva. But anyways, we are here to discuss, because I tried to do these right before the show, a few hours actually before, but I was out today trying to get groceries and stuff because I have I do not want to be out and about during the holiday season with these crazy people, even though it is my birthday. If y'all didn't know, New Year's Day is my birthday. And so anyway, I got all my little alcohol. I got all my little snacks so I can kick back and watch Purple Rain and Under the Cherry Moon. That's my tradition for my birthday if I don't go out, and I'm not going out this year. Anywho, let's jump into this episode quickly. Up first, I want to talk about Portia and Dennis. It was very brief. Portia and Dennis. It was so funny. Someone posted on Facebook that Pilar, baby PJ be looking at her daddy like, nigga, I know you ain't shit. Okay. But I think that baby PJ is simply adorable. Her cheeks are so cute. Now, he continues to come over to visit with Portia. It was his birthday. Her and baby PJ done picked him out a cake. I'm on my period if anyone want to know. I guess someone here on Periscope wants us to know that they are off subject and off color and off topic, but okay, whatever. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. But either way, I guess, baby, she trying to let y'all know that she is in heat. I don't know. But either way, that was weird. I'm sorry. Sometimes you get people on your stream sometimes and you're like, where did this randomness come from? But either way, so baby Pilar is being fed by her dad and he done brought flowers. I was like, Lord, I don't know how Portia deal with this. Remember when he had fucked up? She had him, he was sending flowers to the house all the time. I said, baby, I guess it is death of a relationship, but please, to anyone who dates me and who really wants to know me, please don't bring me flowers. Food is always preferred. Edible arrangements work for me. You know, chocolate covered strawberries, some apples, you know, bananas, stuff like that. I appreciate stuff like that. But flowers, I'm just like, what am I going to do with this? Maybe some dandelions. You can bring some dandelions and some sunflowers because I can use that for health needs. But either way, off that subject. Now, let's go to Kandi and Todd. Kandi and Todd, the power couple. Or is it really, to most people, it seems like Todd is more, well, Kandi is the power holder. Kandi, I like how she approached the topic regarding the family finances, okay? The issue is, in fact, that Todd is out here making money moves, but ain't made no moves to recoup those losses from those investments. Now, I don't know what part of Georgia they were in when they went to go check out Ole G. Because they've decided they want to open a Mexican restaurant. For those of you who do not understand about how cuisine in America works, or pretty much anywhere in the world, you do not have to be of that descent to own a restaurant, okay? The Asians have done a pretty good job of doing it. Now, for those of us who have lived out in California, Louisiana fried chicken, that is not black owned, baby. Them are Asians, okay? I was very disappointed, but they did a good job. I'm gonna tell you, my Asian brothers and sisters, they always do a great job. You know, if they gonna imitate something, they gonna imitate to their best. Now, you want some knockoff shoes, just be sure to tell them to double stitch. That's all I'm gonna say, because your Louboutin might start talking to you. But either way, you know, because somebody was like, oh my God, I wouldn't go there. They're not Mexican. They can just put some Mexicans in the back. You know, you could hire a chef for your restaurant. So let this also be an educational video for you too. So in addition, they're talking about all this money. My thing is, I get where Todd is coming from, but there are two things I want to tell Todd. Number one, do not allow the things that Mama Joyce and her people from the street are saying about you to destroy who you are and what it is you're trying to do. Don't overexert yourself, because you're not really hurting anyone but yourself. It's team too much, number one. Number two, while you spending all this money for all these businesses, stop being so hard on Kayla, your daughter, and cut her a check every now and then. Maybe y'all are, maybe this is just for a storyline, but if you are legit, like really trying to be so hard on her, it's a losing game. Daughters from their fathers need to feel protected and loved. You are the first party that should make us feel that way. And because you got a late start with Kayla, that's all the more reason for you to want to go harder for that relationship. But like Candy said, we need to make sure that our money is secure. And like she said, I have survived a recession. Okay, you don't understand. And don't act like you are more successful than me. Okay. So, Todd, just find two things you want to do. Finish this OLG. It looked like y'all need to put some security bars up there because people have broke out the windows. Jesus, I said, what part of North? Where in the Southwest Atlanta y'all at? I don't know where they were. Really, I don't. It could have been SWATs. But either way, that, I don't know if that's just for a storyline, but I like how Candy and Todd vibe. They are the most successful couple in this franchise. If you look at this, is the only marriage that has lasted thus so far, because let's be real, even Nene ended up getting a divorce and remarrying Greg, and I wonder if she even regrets that. So let's get into this Nene. I heard the food nasty anyways. I've heard that if you go during the week to OLG, the chef during the lunch, and I don't know, it's supposed to be good. I don't know. I haven't tried it. I may go just to try it, just so I can get my own opinion of what it is that everybody is saying that is lacking. I'm willing to give anyone a chance. Just like you could ruin a book or a movie for me, I'm still going to read it or go see it. But, excuse me. Oh, Marlo and Cynthia met up to talk about this recording of Cynthia dragging Nene, and she confronted and asked Cynthia asked Marlo if it was her. Marlo, of course, denied these allegations. I don't believe it's Marlo. If it would shock the hell out of me. The only person that stands to gain anything from this is the new friend of the show, Ivana. I'm that bitch. That would be who it is. Marlo was like, I'm going to start crying because you said that about me. I'm just like, girl, please save the tears, okay? But no, it's Ivana that did the recording. And she's the one who is fighting the hardest to get on this show, okay? So it would stand to reason that she would be the one to do a recording. Number one, to get into the queen of the show's good graces, Nene. With her thirsty, my sister said, with her thirsty ass. I know, right? And so Cynthia, that's neither here nor there. What else happened in this episode? Okay, let's talk about Mark and Kenyon. Mark and Kenyon. Kenyon, Mark is your karma. How you treat other people is exactly how Mark is treating your ass, okay? I don't know if you all saw, but I follow the different pages for the different housewives. I watch, hey, thanks for joining. What is it? The tea of, or the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the tea of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I am happy to announce that Kenya's mother acknowledged her via her granddaughter. And she sent little Brooklyn a gift for her first birthday. I thought that was very sweet. Let me tell y'all, sometimes parents are better grandparents than they are parents, because they know that they messed up with you, and they go ahead and decide to be good to the grandchildren instead. And my concern now is, after what I witnessed so far on the show, it was very nice of the mother to do that. What I worry about for Brooklyn is what happens sometimes with the parent, well, especially mother-daughter dynamics. And that is that sometimes the mother will get jealous and upset by the fact that the child is getting the attention that they never got. Very true. Parents are often upgrades. Yes. So I just worry, that maybe Kenya will feel some type of way because, Mark has already been instigating this division anyways, because he said that Brooklyn is what? Number one to him. Now, what I also found interesting is that, because we're going to talk about the engagement last, we're going to talk about Cynthia and Mark's engagement last. But what I found interesting is when the couples had this lunch meeting, which was, who was it? It was Mark and Cynthia, Mark and Kenya, Todd and Candy. What I found interesting during this conversation is the fact that when they asked Kenya what was the two top things that happened to her in her life, winning Miss America and getting married, Brooklyn was not mentioned. You would have thought Brooklyn would have been at least number two, her marriage number one, and maybe winning Miss USA, because that time has come and gone, and that was momentous because I believe she was the first Miss Black USA. Am I right? Or she's the second? I don't remember. No, I think she's the second because there was a lady that won in the 70s back in the day. But it was very telling. Now, this conversation, let's talk about Mark and Kenya in the Tesla. I felt during this time that Mark kind of was setting Kenya up for custody issues. Kenya's like, and sometimes when I'm driving, I let it drive me, and I do voice commands. I open it from the car. It will come to you if you use the app. And Mark was like, oh, really? So you just be in here letting the car drive you with my daughter in it? And then she was like, it has a little kick to it. And he was like, oh, so you be speeding in the car too? And I was like, oh, shit, Kenya, he might get custody of Brooklyn just on the strength that you drive reckless with the child in the car. And so, but the whole conversation, I was just laughing because Mark be giving Kenya the business. And some of my Twitter friends were like, oh my God, I feel so bad for Kenya. Don't feel bad for Kenya. Don't. Just like we all sow good seed and good seed comes back to us. You sow bad seeds, you gonna get it back. And that's why I tell people karma is very real. Just like in any relationship dynamic, when people do you dirty, trust and believe, you may not be around to see it, but it will come back around. Their harvest will be what they already sowed. Okay. So, and then Mark was asking her, and she got the speeding ticket. I was like, damn, Kenya, really? So they get to the restaurant. I thought it was very cute how Todd and Candy were twinning. And, this is fresh off the engagement party / grand opening for Cynthia's winery. And, her and Mark are still like in this honeymoon, kind of love hangover haze. It's very cute. And so, every couple is happy except for Mark and Kenya. Now, let me scroll real quick. Don't nobody go nowhere. Let me scroll real quick because I want to see exactly what this conversation was, because I can't remember everything, but it was hilarious. Number one, when they brought up Nene, I remember that one. That shit was hilarious because you remember last season when Kenya showed up, and of course, Nene, who was Miss Improper, because look at how she did Portia sending her those very nasty and graphic texts about her looking fat and being a buffalo. But she said she wondered if Kenya was carrying a buffalo. Because Mark was like, I just like people who are nice to me. And Nene has always been nice to me. Okay? I like her. And then Kenya was like, but no, remember she was talking about your daughter. She said she was a buffalo. And he was like, yeah, she was wrong for that. But you know what? I like Nene. I like Nene. She was wrong for that, but I really like her. I said, oh, he is cold-blooded, because what he's doing is that he's like, if you don't like this person, I'm a ride for this person, okay? But the conversation was just, the whole table just was looking like this is awkward. Let me see. Where is it? Okay. So here's the thing I wondered, and I made this note. I wondered about Kenya and Mark's relationship on a serious note. I'm wondering if there are two things going on. And I think I may have mentioned this in the previous video that I did live. Number one, is Mark just acting an ass because he really just don't want to be on here? Because remember, what was that, season 10, I think it was, Mark didn't want to be on there, but he begrudgingly showed up and was like a total ass then. But now we see the full frontal narcissistic ass that he potentially could be. I don't think, quite frankly, he doesn't give me like total asshole vibes, but I think that he's doing that because he just don't want to be on the show. And two, maybe he really just don't like Kenya. I don't know what y'all think. Comment down below. Let me know. I just think that it is painful kind of to watch, but at the same time, I get glee, and that's really sad. I shouldn't be getting glee. I get glee out of knowing that Kenya is getting her comeuppance. Okay, so I just find it real. I don't think he loves her up close. I think he likes what is it? He sees her every 10 days, every 10 to 15 business days. Plus, let me tell you why I like Mark Daly. Mark Daly ordered my favorite drink. Anyone who knows me knows that I am a girl who loves bourbon. And an old fashioned, I always order my old fashions with cherries. Okay. So, Kenya's getting paid for your glee, so I don't feel bad. I mean, she's getting paid, but at the same time, I also subscribe to this philosophy. What does it cost a person to gain the world but lose their soul? She's got some hard work to do, because like I was saying, part of the problem with Kenya, and I will always say, the two most broken people on that show are Nene and Kenya. They have the most strongest personalities to try to seek and get attention strictly because they both have mama issues. If you have not read or picked up Nene's book, I will endorse it for you to read. That is why I understand her a little bit better than most who have not read her autobiography. I'm joking. I agree. Kenya ain't about 70% there. I don't even know if she's 70% there. I think that she is 50%, operating on 50. Like, for instance, in this episode when she was trying to imitate Nene, when Nene sent the apology letter, that was hilarious to me. That was like authentic Kenya. But then you have this Kenya that just kind of is triggered by things and does preemptive things. I mean, think about it. She was part of the pageant world for years. So she kind of is always, that mean girl type of thing. But I like Mark. I'm sorry. A lot of y'all might not, but I kind of like Mark. I was thinking when they were talking about the wedding, I was like, quite frankly, Cynthia, you should even invite Kenya to your wedding. Did she invite you to hers? I don't think anyone should, no one should invite her to their wedding. And then she told me, I'm going to plan it. I've already picked out all of this and that. Did Cynthia ask you to help her plan her wedding? Did you ask Cynthia if she was going to use a wedding planner? Did she say that she was going to have services by more hair care? I mean, what is going on? And then that's the other interesting thing. They got into talking about the prenups and that type of thing. And Mark was saying that he didn't think prenups were romantic. And he was like, Kenya can have it all because I've built it once. I can rebuild it again. He's not the first man I've talked to that has said that. So that was interesting. What else was it? Oh, he said prenups are insulting. Those were his words. And meanwhile, Todd was sitting there like, damn, maybe I should have told Candy prenups were insulting. Buddy, with the way you spending money and setting up businesses, I'm glad she had you sign a prenup, because I'm giving you a side eye right about now, especially since you're so selfish with your daughter. Then Mark also shared with us that Kenya's business strategy and her whole business setup, Todd can have several seats, was jacked up, and he had to help her get her shit together. I said, but wait a minute, Miss Moore told us she had a multi-million-dollar or running $1 million business, and it was a trash operation. Oh my, Mr. Daly, do spill more tea. Her sister said, what the fuck? I was like, wow. Ooh. And then she started trying to talk. And at one point, Mark had to check her. And I was laughing because I said, that's exactly how you talk to Cynthia in her own house at the Bailey barbecue. That's exactly how you did. And then Mark Hill was sitting there looking like, I don't even know if we should be eating with these people. I don't know. Give me a second, y'all. I'm choking. Oh Lord. So anyway, what else happened? Okay. And then Candy was sitting there. Oh, I'm fine. I gotta get some water. As I just finished eating. I just finished eating my Papado leftovers. Shout out to my mom and my dad and my sister and my friend Neri for all of them treating me to Papado. I got Papado for lunch with my parents, and I got Papado for dinner yesterday, and I was eating the leftovers. But anyway, Candy and Todd, if y'all have not figured it out, Mark don't like Kenya. Hell, he don't like to film. He don't want to be with her messy, delusional ass. And let's be real, the cast really don't like Kenya either. They just film with her for a check. I really believe that because she's just not a likable person. She's just not. Oh my God, y'all, I cannot believe I'm choking. Show did funky bitch. Wait a minute, Jada, I missed where you commented on that. Show did funky bitch. Couldn't have been me. I mean, that's Kenya she needs to go see somebody before she gets on TV and just shows us what a hot ass mess she is. She truly may want to consider going to see a therapist. And I'm not talking about one of these commercialized therapists like Dr. Sherry. She's a mean and bitter hoe, if you want to call her a hoe. But I'm just saying. And then let's get into this interview. But I don't feel bad for Kenya. None of us should. Honestly, from a Christian perspective, and I am a Christian, I should pray for her. Because honestly, Kenya is so broken and damaged. It's just unreal. Her and Nene both. Just broken and damaged because they got mama issues. Mama wouldn't acknowledge you. Mama abandoned you. Let me tell y'all something. Just like Tyler Perry said in one of his plays a long time ago, if y'all read Romans 8, what is it? Oh God, why could 8 and 28? For we know that all things work together for the good of those who love God. Sometimes people be wanting these parents in their lives, and sometimes it's best that the parent wasn't in your life because you could have turned out a totally different way because your parent probably wasn't ready to be a parent, and who knows what type of situations you would have been in. If you watch Yana Van Zant enough, there were twins and a brother on the show, and we saw how being with their mother and not placed in foster care or with their father or other family members that were more responsible and nurturing, they had to sit there and watch their mama get high on heroin. That's not healthy for children. Not at all. No one should see that. Let's see. If I had been Marlo, I would have chunked that edge control in her mouth. Yeah, that's the other thing. I didn't get to talk about that. But when Marlo had invited Kenya to her wig expo, Kenya, instead of just showing up and being a quiet guest, she decided to show up. But at the same time, y'all, let me tell you why I don't feel bad for Marlo. It was bad. But at the same time, Kenya got Marlo back. Because remember, it was around season 7 or 8. Could have even been 9 when we were on a camping trip. And Marlo went below the belt with Kenya, talking about how your own mama don't even want you. And everyone knows that that's a very sore spot for Kenya. So I kind of feel like maybe Kenya was getting back at her for that, I could be wrong. But either way, it was inappropriate. And there's a time and a place for everything. And Kenya, honestly, if Marlo wasn't trying to make sure she stayed out of jail and have be somewhat tethered to the show, I'm pretty sure she probably would have drugged her, honestly, is what she would have done. But I love the opening of the episode. We see a montage of the romance of the life of Cynthia and Mark Hill. It was so beautiful and elegant. And I really feel like Cynthia has finally found her forever after. I feel like maybe this third time is a charm. You know, she had a child with Leon. She married Peter Pocket Picker. And now she's with Mark Hill, who is very well established, a sports announcer, and just seems like a real gentleman. Because one of the things I really liked in this episode is the fact that he had Noelle and his two daughters with him. And when they go to pick up the ring, he was like, "These are my three daughters." I was like, "That's beautiful." And I like that because I want the audience to really recognize that, because I think it was a couple of months ago, it was revealed that Noelle had moved in with Mark Hill. Well, that's going to be his other daughter. That's his bonus daughter. I really hate using the term step, so I'm trying to find other words to use. I mean, some step parents deserve, and step sisters and brothers deserve that step connotation, but there are some people that don't. Although step, is used very widely in the bank when we talk about stepping up for generation skipping purposes. But either way, I digress. You definitely want to be a step up because you get more money and you get less taxes if you a step up. But you don't want to be a step if you really love your parents. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to confuse that. Amethyst, Kenya needs the attention to be on her at all times. But that Amethyst, that's because she comes. And hey, girl, I haven't seen you in a while. We need to get together. I'm doing better this year, so I can definitely get out and about now. Kenya needs to attention me on time. My sister said I'm happy for her, and he is so happy. Yes, girl, Mark is handsome, and I don't know how old he is, but he look good if he in his late 40s or if he in his 50s, honey, he look good to be a 50-some-year-old man. I don't know. I have to Google it, or somebody Google it while we on this conversation. Let me see. Okay. So, oh my God, remember you almost killed me at the shop for saying stepsister. Who said stepsister? Did you call me a stepsister? Girl, we share the same daddy. What are you talking about? All right. So let's see. So it's engagement party, but Cynthia doesn't know it's going to be an engagement party. This is for her grand opening wine cellar. I guess I'm going to take a drive down there at some point. By the way, for those of you who do not know, I no longer live in Long Beach, California. I moved to Atlanta. I know there's a lot of people in my timeline have kind of been like, I didn't know you lived in Atlanta. Oh no, I just put my local city just because I just check in a lot. In Atlanta. No, I live in Atlanta, so I do. Any book club people out there, I'm down with that too. But either way, I'm gonna have to go check this wine cellar out because I love me some wine. I prefer whiskey, but we get what we can get. Okay. I like bourbon. I need to get some Uncle Nearest. By the way, if anyone wants to buy me some Uncle Nearest for my birthday, feel free. All my information is on YouTube, so you can get my address and all that, or you can just, to deliver it to my UPS box. But anyways, Nene sends a letter and states in it, and what caught me was that she said, I never thought we would be in this place. Nene, first of all, did not state directly an apology, but it was more of a litany, a monologue to her sister, Cynthia. She misses her and does not know how to get her back. Okay. She also sent Publix cheese and crackers. That's what it looked like. Looked like she had some stuff thrown together. And that's when Portia was like, bump that. She didn't even apologize. And it's going to take more than some cheese and crackers, honey. I was like, I know, because who is Cynthia? Polly want a cracker? What is going on? Okay. Then, excuse me. And then, what else happened? Ivana was there. She was acting like she was a friend of a friend. The truth of the matter is, Ivana, you are a Judas. I have to say it like her because she always sounds like some demon possessed when she talks. I'm Ivana, that bitch. Oh my God. And Kenya Candy had called Kenya to let her know that she needs to get her butt in gear and get there on time because she theorized that Mark probably was going to propose to Cynthia. Now, if I was Cynthia, I kind of would have figured out something was going on because his daughters were there, his family, his mom and them were there. I would have kind of thought he was going to propose to, but hey, you never know. You never know. Maybe they just really like Cynthia. I did know that the daughters did make a note that they really like Cynthia out of all the girlfriends that their father has had. So, hey. Candy tells her, get there. Candy, Cynthia, and Kenya meet up. And that's when Kenya tried to imitate Dee reading that letter. And I never thought that we would be in this place. I was like, it was horrible, but it was funny at the same time. And it's true. Even Kenya had to say that's not even a legit apology. Okay. Then she tells Cynthia, I feel like Mark is going to propose to you. And at that point, that's when Candy should have grabbed a wine bottle and just knocked her in the head and just drug her off somewhere and hope she wake up. Because I was like, why would you say that? Like, and she was like, and then in this most recent clip that they previewed of them being in Canada, well, you know how we always feel like I had premonitions, and I just had a premonition about it. I didn't say. And Candy was like, why would you do that? What? Why do what? Kenya! Why would you try to ruin what's supposed to be a happy occasion for someone you say is your friend? Why would you do that? Because I'm Kenya Parmore. What did Phaedra used to call it? Kenya Parmore, whatever, Parmore. But I mean, it was awful. And like, even though she didn't directly say it, but you're kind of inducing a thought into Cynthia's head. And you know how somewhat thirsty Cynthia was about him proposing to her anyway. And here you go going in about, I think he's going to propose. The second time this season telling stuff that don't need to be told to have attention on her. Amethyst, you are right. My sister says Kenya needs to shut the fuck up. I mean, that's what it is. But also, Amethyst, I will say this. I also think that because she is in a miserable marriage, because, did y'all catch how Mark said he proposed to her? He was like, shut the door. Let me get the ring. Bam, you are official. What kind of, he didn't even propose. He just put a ring on, didn't even ask, just said you official. I guess because maybe that's what she wanted. Maybe that's what she paid him to do. I'm just saying. But needless to say, Candy got in her ass, and that's when I saw something in Kenya turn childlike. It was almost like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, mommy. I didn't mean to do that. That's why I tell y'all, Kenya, if this is not acting, she needs to go see somebody because that shit, it ain't stable. It ain't stable. And I worry about baby Brooklyn. Please, please, please. Kenya's Mark is embarrassing. I like Mark. You missed it. I like Mark because he give her the business. He gives what she's been giving out for so long. So the engagement time comes, after everything has gone on with Kenya. Even Todd was like, why the hell would she do that? And I'm just like, because she's miserable, she's delusional, she's broken, she's bitter, she's unhappy, she's in a marriage that is not what she wanted. And that's another thing. Her and Portia, at least Kenya got married, but her and Portia, both y'all rushed into these relationships because y'all wanted to be mothers and wives so bad. And you couldn't even see that what you were getting is not what really God wanted for you in the first place, baby girls. I'm here to tell y'all. And now with Portia, she's having to backtrack, get to know the father of her child, and try to build from there. Now, I'm so glad that Mark proposed to Cynthia and now she can chill. I said they should have queued up. Hey, Cheryl, they should have queued up. God, let's chill, baby. Hey, baby. I can't get my Aaron Hall on. But either way, I thought it was such a cute proposal. And of course, she was going to say yes. And it was so happy. And I said, thank God Mark Hill got Cynthia, and we ain't got to worry about him dipping into your retirement, your IRA, your 401k, writing bad checks on your Poe Peter. You know, I know y'all, you love Peter at one point, but girl, this is an upgrade. And then Bravo had the nerve to play a montage of that travesty of a marriage. I was like, don't nobody want to think about that. Don't nobody want to think about that. Okay. Let's see. Oh my God, you said a word. Jada, I'm serious. And you know, it's become so common, and I'm not judging anyone because all of us make choices. Like for me personally, there was a time when I was willing just knock me up and we can be good. I just need a donation. But unfortunately, I've never had children, and I don't think that that's even possible. But you know, y'all can't keep doing shit ass backwards and expect for it to function properly. That's all I'm saying. So either way, I'm glad that she's engaged. We will see Kenya getting her ass handed to her at Carnival. She even said something that I said, that's so stupid. Why would anyone have to tell you not to tell Cynthia? She said, well, you told me that he was probably going to propose, but you didn't tell me not to say anything to Cynthia. Dumbass, no. But that's because of the evilness that you have going on inside of you. That's why you said and did what you did. Okay. That's why. But what else was I going to note about this? But yeah, Kenya and Mark Daly. I like Mark Daly. Y'all ain't got to like Mark Daly, but I love Mark Daly. He got Kenya in check. That's all I'm gonna say. But I was glad Cynthia did not let Kenya get on the mic, because she probably would say, I knew the whole time, because she was like, I better not get on the mic. Mama Candy might get me. Candy should have took a shoe off and beat you down with it. That's what she should have done. But I think that's it. Oh, and then in this new episode, we're going to see a bunch of shit go down. It's the return of Nene. A lot of people were talking about how all of us were talking about Nene, who had been on one episode, but we still talk about her. It's just because she is a subject matter, because she's absent and she continues to send messages in her messengers to them. But next week, we're going to see Eva versus Portia. Because Portia's going to confront her, or this week, tonight, we're going to see Eva and Portia have a confrontation about the things that Eva said about Portia to Cynthia over the phone and in front of Candy at the bridal store. We're also going to see Nene versus Kenya. And I was like, woo, child, the ghetto. Just like that time Nene had to go to the ghetto and visit Kenya at that time when she was staying in that pay-by-the-hour motel, because supposedly she couldn't afford to stay in her rental house. Okay. So I don't know if y'all remember that, but remember, Kenya was living bad. Her and Velvet were over there in a rental property, in a hotel on the wrong side of town, baby. I didn't know where it was. I was like, child, where they do that at in Atlanta? I don't know. But anyways, that's all I've got. I just wanted to come on here. I probably went longer than I should have. But don't forget, January 1st, not only is it New Year's Day, but that is the day I turned 43, baby. Yes. Okay. So I already have a dinner plan. So if anyone wants to take me to lunch on New Year's, you can, but I have dinner plans already. Thank you, loves. I have been Miss Sophia the Diva. And remember, as I always like to sign off with, chin up, buttercups. The sun will come out. But until then, in the meantime, in between time, darling, stay fabulous and subscribe to my YouTube and follow me on Twitter and on where else am I? Facebook. All right. Good night. See y'all. Oh, I'll be live tweeting Eastern time when the new episode airs.